What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Best Card Breaks. This is Nick, and we are live with our next Pokemon mixer. Absolutely loaded up this time with another Charizard UPC and a ton of different products. How are we doing tonight, everyone? Let me know who's hanging out. Say hello in the chat if you're joining us. We do need to figure out who's going to get what spots, so let's find that out, friends. We've got the list in order of purchase. We're going to go 4 or higher on the dice roll, so we will re-roll with a 3. And we got an 8. Here we go. Good luck. We'll run through the types after this, and then we will get to ripping. Should be a little bit longer of a break, closer to the 45-minute time frame, as there's a lot of product to rip through here. So we've got Beat Craws on top and Mr. Melo on the bottom. Let's see, make sure that pasted correctly. Carlos and Ben. And we'll come over to the app and see our spots. Here we go. We got Beat Craws on Dark, Hargus on Dragon Steel, Melo on Electric, In a Minute Fighting, Jeff on Fire and Grass, Rocky on Normal, Jeff on Psychic, Carlos on Trainer, and Ben on Water. So there you go. If you need a refresher of what spot you have, flip your phone vertical, scroll down, and you can find your name on the types list. I'll also be calling out, as always, who hits what. So let me paste our links in, and we will get to ripping. A lot of product, a lot of different stuff, a lot of different SIRs across all spots here. So let's do it. Gotta catch them all. That's right. That's right. All right, here we go. Let's do our 2 Unova mini tins. This is black and white. This is the only black and white we have left in the store. So I figured I wanted to get as much product as possible in this one. So grabbed a couple of these and tossed them in. Always a pain to get out. We've got 4 packs of black and white. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get some 4-pack magic to start us off. All right. T-Pig, illustration rare, fire on the board. I love it. Like hitting an illustration rare out of these 4 packs, out of 1 booster bundle. Like if we can just get 1 in every product, that would be phenomenal. Melota EX, or Meloetta. Ooh, did we get 2? Let's go. Vullaby! 2 illustration rares. Dark Spot, Mr. B. Cross. Nice hit. Can't beat that. 2 IRs. All right, let's do our prismatic poster collection here. Try and get these difficult ones out of the way. And we do get these 3 nice promos. I like these promos. Over time, promos do gain value. All right, so I always recommend just kind of sitting on these because even if they're like 20, 30 cents now, they might be a few bucks in a couple years. I recently went through a box full of promos that I had from collections I bought over the years, and always just stash the bulk promos. You know, because at the time you can sell bulk promos for like, oh man, probably a quarter a piece or so. I don't know what the going rate would be now. I mean, I had a couple of $100 promos in there. Had a couple that are 50 to 60, a bunch of 10 to 20s. So it's worth just stashing, and then you go through it, you know, years later and figure out what you got. Pokeball Badoo for the grass spots. And Pokeball Black Belts Training. We killed our streak already of illustration rares in every box. All right, Surging ETB. Magneton promo. Here we go. Precious Trolley. Trainer spot. Fampy. Is that it? Fighting Mr. Jeremy. He's cute. Like Snoopy. Back on the IR train. Kilowatt Trail EX base. Is that another fumble? Are you serious right now? And the Niners are going to win this game. The Niners are going to win this game, and that's absolutely abysmal. Their fourth turnover, and the Panthers have 3 points. Like, this is just, I don't, like, oh my goodness, I want to gouge my eyes out with this game. All right. Found an IR there. All right, let's hit Paldean Fates. We had a nice bundle the other day. Here we go. And we've got LeChonk, Baby Shiny for the normal spot. Iron Treads EX, base. And not a very good... Oh, okay. How about a Miraidon EX Gold? Boy, I've never seen this before. That's sick. Secret Rare, I think. Nice. Electric, Mr. Malo. Beautiful card. I don't actually think I've ever seen this in person. That's awesome. That is awesome. I don't know. I'm actually curious what this is worth. Kind of want to look it up. Because those generally don't have as much value these days as they used to, because special illustration rares are kind of the chase. Genuinely curious what something like that goes for. We got saved a little there. That was kind of a rough box until that guy. Let's see. TCG Miraidon EX. Oops. Only about... I just saw it. Where'd it go? I don't think it's very expensive. I think it's about 10 bucks. Yeah, 10 bucks. Not what they used to be. Let's hit some Phantasmal. Phantasmal Flames booster bundle. All right, here we go. Mega Heracross EX. Fire Breather Full Art Trainer Spot. Cool one. And no more illustration rare in this one either. Full Art Trainer though for Carlos. Our first. All right, Twilight Elite Trainer. Teal Mask Ogre Pond promo. Dragapult EX. Palafin EX base. Where have the IRs gone? Lucian, full art trainer. Wow. 4 turnovers and 3 points off of all turnovers. That's crazy. Secret, they're called special illustration rares. Yeah, so those are the big ones. They're very difficult to pull these days. Usually you're kind of lucky if you get one in a break overall. Like they just don't pop up. A lot of you might get one. And then, but these illustration rares, these kind of full art, you know, cool art looking guys. Those are also some pretty big chases, especially, you know, a lot of them you just grade and you get PSA 10s and they jump in value so much. But the special illustration rares are the big ones. So like in this, it's the Team Rockets Mewtwo. It's like a $400 or $500 card raw, something like that. And then like a $1,000 PSA 10. But stuff like this, these secret rares, they're pretty hard to pull too. I don't know if they're easier or harder than special illustration rares, but they're just not, they're not like they used to be. They're not as desirable. The SIRs are really what you want to hit, and all the value, a lot of the value goes there. Destined Rivals Booster Bundle. Team Rockets Mewtwo base. But ideally, you want to see like a lot of illustration rares across a break. And so far, I mean, we have the 3. It's not, I was hoping we'd have 5 or 6 by now. And Yan Mega EX. So another box with no IR. Grade the full art stuff. Yeah, like the illustration rares. I would just check what, not all of them are worth grading. Just check what a PSA 10 goes for. So like of the Fampy, check what a PSA 10 sells for. My general rule of thumb, if it's 50 plus and it's really clean, they are very, very strict on Pokemon now. You gotta look at the corners. So I can tell you right now, there's a tiny white speck right there. That's probably not gonna 10. A tiny one down here. Centering looks a little off, slightly off, but not enough that I would still send it if centering were the only issue. But you got a tiny white speck there, a tiny white speck here, down here too. So these, I just don't know. I don't know what exactly they downgrade for, because it's just so hard to get a 10 now. I mean, we grade a lot of Pokemon ourselves, and if we send off 20 cards, we might get 4 or 5 10s. And we're picky. So I have no idea. I don't know if they're just insanely harsh on centering. Like if centering's slightly off, they just 9 it automatically. I don't really know. But it's very, very difficult. So like that, I mean that one, those white specks aren't that bad. Like if it were if it were worse, I might still take a shot at that one. But I don't know. If you 9, you basically, you know, you hope that it sells for 25 bucks. All right, Prismatic Elite Trainer, or sorry, Prismatic Booster Bundle. We need a nice one here. Monkey Dory Pokeball. And Time Full Art Trainer. Dreepy Pokeball. And still, man, we're bad luck with the illustration rares tonight. Bad luck on hunting IRs here. All right, we got a couple of boxes before that big Charizard. Nice thing about the Charizard boxes, there's a bunch of different sets in there. Here we go, Mega Evolution. This is your time to shine, Jeremy. Looking for the Mega Lucario SIR or the gold. Here we go. Finally, an illustration rare. Shuckle for Grass. Mr. Jeff. Go, Jeff. Mega Venusaur EX. And that is Mega Evolution. Phantasmal ETB coming up. We'll close out with that big Charizard box. Charcadet. Promo for Fire. Here we go. Phantasmal ETB. Dawn, full art trainer. That trainer spot getting a ton of this stuff. Here we go, Carlos. Got a bunch of them. That's the nice thing about the trainer spot. Usually you get a bunch. Mega Deontay EX. And nice, that's a good one. Probably, I think this is the best one in the set. The best illustration rare. Meowth. We sold a PSA 10 of this for $400, almost $500. There you go. Nice hit, Rocky. One of the big ones in the set. It's got like the game in the background, the OG from Pokemon Red and Blue. I think that's a big reason that one's worth a lot. Is Magius EX base. And that'll close us out and bring us to our Mega Charizard EX Ultra Premium Collection. Bunch of different products inside, so a bunch of different spots have a chance here. All right, let's get this back a little bit. Let's get it. That's right. This big old behemoth. All right, promos. Packs. All right, here we go. There's our 2 promos for the fire spot. The big one here, Mega Charizard X. Cool, shiny, fun art. And then this Oricorio EX promo. Oh yeah, let me sort these. Mega, Journey, Surging, Phantasmal, Destined, and Surging. All right. Let's go Surging first. Then Mega next. All right, Surging Sparks. Nothing out of those. Mega Evolution. Spearow. Illustration rare. There you go, normal. Mr. Rocky. Mega Absol EX. And there we go. Got an IR there. All right, Journey. Destined. And Phantasmal to close it. All right, Journey. Blaziken EX base. And no Journey love. Destined Rivals here. The Dondozo EX base. No Destined Love. All right, we need a little help. Need a little help in Phantasmal. Boy, this Ultra Premium was not very kind to us. Nothing out of the UPC except that normal spot illustration rare. That is going to do it for Pokemon tonight, my friends. Look out for another one probably Wednesday. Take a day off of Pokemon tomorrow and hit it with some more on Wednesday. We'll do another one of those loaded up ones like that. Those are a lot of fun. Tons of stuff, although this one, not our best work on the Pokemon break. But we'll find them in the next one. Here we go. Recap normal with the Lechonk, Shiny, Precious Trolley, and Black Belt's Training Pokeball for the trainer spot. Fire Blaziken, Oricorio promo, and Charcadet promo, Flareon promo. Electric, Kilowatt Trail EX, Magneton promo, Jolteon promo. Psychic, Mega Deontay EX, Mismagius EX, Monkey Dory, Pokeball, Team Rocket's Mewtwo, and Meloetta EX. Water, Dodozo EX, Palafin EX, Vaporeon promo. Dragon Steel, Dreepy Pokeball, Dragapult EX, and Iron Treads EX. Grass, Mega Venusaur EX, Yanmega EX, and the Ogerpon promo, Mega Heracross EX, Badoo Pokeball, and Dark with the Mega Absol EX. Up to the showcase, Shuckle illustration rare for our grass spot. Vullaby illustration rare dark spot. There's that beautiful Mega Charizard promo. Miraidon EX electric trainer spot with a bunch of them. Full Arts, Fire Breather, Lucian, Time, and Dawn. T-Pig illustration rare for our fire spot. Fampy illustration rare for the fighting spot and normal spot. With the Spearow illustration rare and the big one of the break, a Meowth illustration rare. Great hit there. Grade that one, Rocky. Looks, maybe not, I don't know, it's a little off center there. Top to bottom's a little off too. Might not get a 10 on this one, unfortunately. One white spot on the corner there, but centering's probably going to shy me away from grading that one. Just a little too much. And they're very, very harsh these days. That's going to do it for Pokemon tonight, friends. Do appreciate you all hanging out and joining as always. Have yourselves a great rest of your night. We'll see you soon and take care.